Welcome back to another fantastic property tour, Rankin family. Today, we are located in Marble Falls, Texas, looking at another gorgeous luxury home. And this time we have a model home by JLP Builders, and I'm excited to present this beautiful property to you. Now, starting on the exterior, you see that we have the natural stone along with the stucco combination. You have the metal roof, that beautiful modern look on the exterior of the property. You are situated on an acre, so you have plenty of space. As you can see, you have the circular driveway as well, and then you have a continuation of your driveway leading to your 3-car side-loaded garage. Beautiful, lush landscaping on the exterior. Now, that is usually expected with a model home, but I can always appreciate when they go an extra mile. Now, you have multiple access points leading you inside of the property as well. And as we continue here through a walkway leading to our covered front porch, look how grand this looks. Beautiful. So you have the modern light fixtures. You'll see that surrounding the exterior of the property, and then the continuation of the stucco. Now you have the double front doors with the glass panes and a transom window right above there, and then the wood clad soffit. Love that. Now it is hot, I tell you that. So why don't we go ahead and get you inside of this beautiful property? Okay. So as soon as you enter, now you're in your foyer. You have that beautiful chandelier hanging down, the double tray ceilings, and you'll notice that theme as we walk throughout the property. And then as always, I'll turn you around so you can see the double front doors from the inside. So again, you got the transom window right there. Now, immediately when you walk into the right, you have your formal dining. Look how roomy and spacious this is. So you have white oak floors, that modern light fixture right above your dining room table. Then you notice that, look at this, the floating ceiling design with the cove lighting and tray right above you. So very grand. Now, I'm going to continue to say this. Once we walk through the model home, this is really just to showcase their product, let you know what they can do. So with this being a completely custom builder, if you want to do some things to it, modify the plan, start from scratch, you can do that as well. Now, let's go ahead and continue to our kitchen and then our great room. I'll do a full pan and then we'll talk about the materials. Beautiful. So starting right here inside of our kitchen, look how beautiful this is. So you see that you have the two-tone cabinetry and countertops. You got quartzite, and then you can see that ledge right there going up our backsplash. Now, you are going to have that modern oversized vent hood right there making a statement as soon as you walk in. Then you got the modern chrome sconces, as you can see, and that's going to be on both sides right over here. So you have your cafe cooktop right over here. This is going to be a 6-burner. You have your additional griddle right there, double stainless steel oven, your built-in microwave over here. And as you can see, a ton of drawers and cabinets to work with. Now, this is an oversized island, as you can see. So if you are entertaining and having the entire family there, you can probably fit up to 6 stools right there pretty comfortably. And then of course you have your dining area plus your great room. Now let's go ahead and continue. You see our two-tone cabinetry right over here. You got the stacked cabinets right above there. Then you see the cabinet crowns as well. So love that. Look at this. Really neat farmhouse sink, and that's going to be overlooking your backyard oasis. And wait till we get to the covered backyard patio. You don't want to miss that. So you have additional counter space over here. You got the quartz window ledge. Look at that. And then a continuation of your riser right there. So let's go ahead and continue. Trust me, we'll come right back to the kitchen. We'll make sure you don't miss a thing, so don't even worry about it. Now, as we continue in here, look at this. So I love this like shadow ceiling design right there. You see the tray with the cove. Then you have your full wet bar over there, perfect to entertain. And then you can see you got your pocket door separating the two. So the white oak floors continues here. They have already painted it, as you can see, but a great place to entertain. Not only that, you have the sliders inside of the great room, and then your additional sliders here with your transom windows right above, bringing in some additional natural light. Now, I'll show you this before we continue, but we'll make sure we come back through here. This is going to be your powder bath, right? So you'll have one powder bath inside of here. If you want to add an additional one in a custom plan, you can do that. If you prefer to just have maybe 4 or 5 full bathrooms, you can do that as well. But look at that. You see your quartz, beautiful. And then that tall mirror with your pendant lights, and then that floating vanity right there. And then I'll also give you a better close up here. You got floating shelving, gorgeous countertops, and then you got a beverage fridge right over here. Really neat sink here. I noticed that on both of the sinks, the one inside of the kitchen and the wet bar here. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. We'll head to this section over here. You got a coat closet, and then this is going to be our first bedroom. So they have it set up as a nursery, as you can see, but you still have a ton of room to work with. A queen bedroom set would fit certainly perfectly in here. Now, what's neat about this, you see the 2 picture windows on the sides of the egress window. So let me know if you like that feature in particular. Now you are going to have a separate walk-in closet. This is going to be the one that's Jack and Jill. But if you did want to have both of these on this section ensuite, you can do that as well. Really, I just want to show you what is possible. And of course, I always encourage you to leave feedback in the comments below. Okay, so now let's go ahead and continue. Again, Jack and Jill, but you have the double sinks, floating vanity, under cabinet lighting. You got ceramic tile in here. You got your sconces right above your large mirror. And then you see the matte black fixtures. Now separating your shower tub combo, you will have a pocket door, but what's not going to show on the video is the door itself. Great quality materials. You know, quite frankly, if you are in the Marble Falls area, I always say make a trip out to the models. That way you can see it in person. You can compare and contrast it to the video, because a lot of times, unfortunately, the video doesn't do it justice. And if you've ever been to a model, you certainly can understand that. Okay, so now second bedroom, as you can see, extremely spacious again to work with. Queen bed would fit perfectly in here, possibly even a king, to be honest with you. And then right behind me is a full walk-in closet. Again, you got that pocket door right there. So I know you can definitely appreciate that as well. Okay, so we'll come back out as if we're walking in for the first time again, go right back out to the kitchen. And then I want to show you this side so that way you can see everything. Now, don't worry, we'll definitely open up the refrigerator. I know my long-term viewers really want to see that, and I'll make that happen for you. Okay, now heading to your butler's pantry. Right over here to the left, you have a complete walk-in pantry to work with. Plenty of shelving as well. And then, as always, you can always extend it a little bit more if you need some additional storage for your dry goods. And then look at this. So you got your custom cabinetry right there with the matte black fixtures, and then you can see the glass panes in there. I love when they do that, and then the increased stacked cabinets inside. So a nice statement. Most of the time, you probably are not going to have your everyday, you know, pots, pans, or plates in there. Have some nice, beautiful decor. Now this leads you right there to your powder bath. You have the double entry to take advantage of. Now right to the right is our garage. We'll see that in just a second, but you have your drop zone or mud room right over here. So you already got your built-in hooks and your bench, and look at the floating shelving in here. So you see the quartz countertops. You got that forest green right down here with the matte black, and then plenty of space for an oversized washer and dryer. And then you even have some additional storage over here, as you can see. So again, this is a model home. Really just want to show what they could do. If you wanted to use this as, you know, where you have your secondary refrigerator, you could certainly do that. but it's a really nice touch, complementing the rest of the cabinets in here. Okay, so this one's gonna have a 3-car garage. So this is a 2-car garage right here because the additional one is gonna be used as the builder office. But in the instance for this particular model, this would be a true 3-car garage. They would take down the drywall and it would be a full garage to take advantage of. And then you have some additional storage right over here. You got your 2 water heaters. You are good to go. And they just opened up this model home, gosh, about 8 months ago or so. And I put it on the agenda to get out here, and we finally made it. So I love that. Okay, before we do continue, as always, make sure I won't forget about you. Look at that. You got some Coke, Diet Coke in there. And there's a White Claw ready to go. Now, heading inside of the great room. Look at that. Beautiful, oversized vaulted ceilings right there. Clear story windows with the transom right above the sliders, as you can see. But perfect to entertain and have a great time with your guests, your family. And then look at the fireplace. You got your built-ins on both sides. Custom cabinetry. Really complements the floors. And then as I turn you around, you can see the additional clear story windows there. So an abundance of natural light. And then I tell you what, it is sunny today. So, and hot, to be honest with you as well. So now heading inside of our study, look at the double sliding glass doors right there. Now you have the double tray ceilings up there, beautiful picture windows overlooking your front yard. And look how roomy and spacious it is. You have a ton of room to work with. Now they're operating right here, but I'm glad the desk and some of the decor is in here so you can see how spacious it is. Beautiful. And then you can imagine walking right back out to the great room to these soaring ceilings. Okay, so let's start on this side. So this is going to be your 3rd bedroom, perfect for a guest suite. You got your own privacy to work with, your in-law suite. You have that queen bed. You can fit the nightstands on both sides. Now you do have carpet. I know some of my long-term subscribers may take some points away, but you can also opt for the continuation of the wood floors or white oak or anything like that. But the reason why I say this is perfect for a guest suite or an in-law, you have your own ensuite over here. So quartz countertops, the custom cabinetry, under cabinet lighting. You're gonna have the shower tub combo as well, but you will have the pocket door leading to your closet. And see, you know, your guests, they don't need too big of a wardrobe, so that's perfect spot for you. And you got your coat closet right over here. Now I'll do one more pan of the great room and kitchen, and then let's see the primary suite. Okay, so I love the sliders. Again, the indoor, outdoor living, not only in the great room, but in the game room as well. Now heading over here, you got some additional storage right here, which I'm seeing that more and more as we tour these beautiful homes. All right, so now here is what I'm talking about. Again, you got the vaulted ceilings, transom windows right above your picture window, egress window straight ahead, white oak floors, king size bed, your 2 nightstands, your accent wall with the sage green color. And I love that. And also, I'll make sure to add the designer to the description, because a lot of times they don't get a ton of credit. You know, we think of the builder, which, you know, of course the builder is a head honcho, right? But when they're coupled with the designer, the architect, it really brings it to life. Now, heading inside of our ensuite, look at this floating vanity. Got the quartzite again, sconces. Look at how beautiful that looks. I'll get a close-up of that for you, hopefully. the video does it justice. But you got your dual sinks in here. Then it looks almost like a brushed nickel as far as the color right there, but not quite. I'll find that out for you. But look at the porcelain tile floor to ceiling. It was funny because when I was walking through the property with the sales consultant, they called it a driveway shower, or a car wash shower, something like that. And I was like, I never heard that. That's pretty funny. I have to start using that. But massive shower, dual entry. You got your rain shower head with your shower wand again. And then look at the little shower heads on this side. So creating that steam effect that folks are looking for. Now you do have a little shower bench over here, or shower shelf. Most of the times you're probably just gonna put your legs up there, but it's still, you know, a decent amount of space to sit there. And then even the same with our hooks over here. Now, of course, you got your water closet right over here to the left. Right over here to the right, you got additional storage for your towels and linens. And then you got double doors leading to the massive primary closet. And I'll stand on this angle for you. So you got your wooden rods in here, built-in shelving, plenty of storage space right there. And then of course there's a little panel right there. We'll get that put up, but I really want you to see the size of the primary closet here. So now this is very impressive, and you know I talk about that. If you want to add that down the road, the floor to ceiling shelving, so you have some more space to work with, but a lot of times this is adequate for most folks. Okay, and one last feature before we head to the backyard. Look at this. This is a full mirror door right here, as you can see. Look how neat that is. I've never seen that before. You know, it was closing and I was like, is that a see-through window, you know, transparent? But no, that was a full body mirror right there. So you can look at yourself in peace before you head out. Okay. So we've seen every inch of the house, it looks like. I'll do another pan for you so you can see how perfect this floor plan flows together. Now, this is a starting floor plan, right? And they have other floor plans. This is called the trails because it's located in the trails, right? But if you want to take this as a base plan and, you know, like I mentioned earlier, make some modifications, you can do so. If you want to bring your own plans and bring your vision to life, you can do that as well. Now, you got a massive covered backyard patio here. Look at this. So you see the natural stone continues back here for your fireplace surround. Then you even got that natural stone mantle right above there. And look at that. The wood clad back here. You got your massive kitchen with your island to work with, your built-in grill overlooking that. Look how perfect that would be. That would be your view every single day. I don't think you would get tired of that. And trust me, you want some screens. Goodness, I've been out here for a couple weeks now, and I've gotten bit by mosquitoes and my kids, so they can appreciate that. Okay, so again, perfect for entertaining, wonderful space. Folks can come from the game room, from the great room as well, and have a great time out here. Now, as always, I'll show you the back of the property. Let's continue this way, and look how peaceful this looks. You definitely want to be out here. And then of course the back of the property. But other than that, family, that was another beautiful luxury home tour. All right, Rankin family, that was it for this beautiful luxury home right here in Marble Falls, Texas. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this particular property. Is this something you can see yourself living in? Would you make any changes? If so, let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you want more information about this home or any home we showcase, reach out to the information in the description. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a tour every single week. And I'll see you folks on the next property tour.